tell us that they only played harder because AD was not there and they had nobody behind them to protect them on the play.
It's totally because they didn't.
That's what our quote unquote best defender DFS told us.
Yeah, bro. When he went down, bro, the whole fucking defensive scheme changed. The whole defensive scheme.
Yeah, that's good job.
Got better once they put Christie in.
That's a good job on JJ's part for making that change. But it also depends on the players who said that they needed to step up because AD was not there anymore. DFS told us that in an interview with The Athletic. He said that. So we're going from that to also you saying, oh, well, if Reeves keeps deferring and you're saying he's deferring too much, he shouldn't be a third option because he's obviously not playing like one. I'm saying that Reeves is deferring whatever they're trying to give him the ball. That's not what third options do. They take the ball and they go score. Reeves didn't want to go do that. He was worried that he would miss.
Wait, doesn't this go against your...
why? That's a lack of confidence. That is a lack of confidence problem. That can be fixed in the offseason.
So that's a personal problem, right?
Okay, you know what? And you know what's crazy? Jalen Brunson had the worst series of his life, and the Mavs didn't extend him. And look what he's doing now. We do that dumb shit, and I promise you, Reeves gonna go on another team.
I don't care if he's dropping.
Austin Reeves, when no star is playing, is averaging 28, 7 and 7.
Well, our stars are gonna play, bro. So he needs to play good with the stars.
Yeah, and when he plays with the stars, he is playing good. He averaged 25 and 5 on the season. He was dropping 30 bombs with Luka on the court.
Okay, what about the playoffs?
Reeves can drop 50 points per game. And I don't care. If you're not helping your team win a championship,
every time we talk about the playoffs, AOF is
same shit every year.
Every single playoffs in 2023 in the Western Conference Finals, Austin averaged 20. Every single playoffs, Austin Reeves' role changes.
Yeah, come up, Don.
So you're going to see that. You're going to see him adjust to that. You're going to see him adjust to that. And the adjustment is not going to be immediate.
But he can't handle physicality. That's another issue he has.
Can we talk about the draft? Like, let's Can we talk about the draft?
What conversation? The conversation of we should trade our entire team for a bunch of 3-and-D guys and then be surprised when we get kicked out of the playoffs.
Oh my god! It's so funny. He said that. He said that like the Mavs didn't. Nobody even saying that.
Unless I'm bugging. You guys said, okay, I'm bugging. You guys said Reeves, Rui, and Dawson Connect, all three are on the trade block. That's our entire team. I'm sorry, dude. That is our entire team.
Those are the
You put all of them on the trade block. You said we should trade Reeves. You said this.
That's one player.
Oh my god.
That is one player.
Yes, that's 3 players. Entire basketball team. You're a genius.
Okay. So outside of Rui, Reeves, DFS, and Connect, who else on our team would you be willing to trade?
Everybody, not LeBron James.
What conversation? The conversation of we should trade our entire team for a bunch of 3-and-D guys and then be surprised when we get kicked out of the playoffs.
Oh my god! It's so funny. He said that. He said that like the Mavs didn't.
Everybody, not LeBron James.
Okay, so you're saying we should trade our entire team then?
Wait, hold on.
Yes, absolutely.
So what? No.
Wait, I'm muting for 1 second. Wait.
Go ahead, bro.
Bro, wait, hold on, Joe. Wait. I'll tell you this. If we trade Austin Reeves and we get the value that I think we can for him, we don't need to trade Rui Hachimura. That's my answer. Because I think Austin can net us so much in the trade that Rui, you could then decide, okay, we might keep Rui, at least for 1 year. Not saying extend him.
It just seems like some people want Reeves to be traded to make up for
the team. I never said
hold on, just to make up for the assets.
I want you to realize.
That, like,
I just want people to realize. I want people to realize their criticism of Austin Reeves of how he's not a true third option is exactly how other teams see him. That is exactly how they see him.
Okay, so since that is the case, so by your logic, right? First of all, what was so funny to me is Logic will sound like these Laker niggas that I was just talking to about YouTube. They just complained about Lauri Mark and Walker Kessler, but then I broke down all the guys who was traded. You traded 6 guys. What did those 6 guys do? Where was Austin Reeves? Where was
Not
you
gonna
know,
lie.
like that's like the worst part.
No. No, I'm gonna get to my point, but I'm breaking down why I traded these niggas. I'm trading Austin Reeves because you didn't show up in the playoffs. You're going to opt out of your deal, according to your agent, who said it on Twitter. You can find it on Twitter. It's not that hard. His agent said that publicly on Twitter. He's
But
opting
Gerald,
out and
listen,
taking his money.
Gerald, listen. Here's the truth, though. That
Right.
I've said this multiple times. It's a reasonable take. Like if someone says they want to keep Reeves, I'm not like, you know, I'm not. It's dude, like my world isn't exploding. Like you get what I'm saying? Like, bro, it is.
No, I feel you. Like
I can get to that. Like I can get to that with someone. That's not a big deal.
But Showtime. But I also see niggas.
But I also understand. Like, hey, like if we can get 2-3 guys back, right? Like, I understand that too. I totally get it.
No.
Yeah, but this notion that we can like get
Reeves, the main thing is because he wants $40 to $45 million. And
Gerald, that Magic trade
Didn't Austin Reeves can't publicly come out and say he wanted 30 million? Where's everybody getting 40 from?
So Christian Brown.
Yeah, but like people just go off of base, like dude, you're going like off of estimated fucking salaries, bro.
Yeah,
the market values.
This
like
is where I'm going to get you, Logical. Christian Brown is projected to make $30 to $35 million.
Okay.
On his new extension. Tyler Hero is going to get paid $50 to $55 million. Austin Reeves is better than Christian Brown, and you can make a debate on if he's better than Tyler Hero or not. So between those two players, you don't think he's getting at least that level?
He's getting at least 35.
Yeah, at the same time, Reeves realizes
35 to $40 million. So are you comfortable paying Austin Reeves $40 million per year?
Okay, I'm sorry, but this is such a disingenuous conversation.
At this point, it's not
Jalen Brunson is supposed to make.
It has happened before.
Jalen Brunson. We need to look at the full scope.
It's not even about.
We need to look at the full scope of this conversation. Jalen Brunson was supposed to make millions more than he made. He was supposed to make $116 million more than he made.
Nigga, we're not paying him dog
Wait a minute,
time.
Gerald.
No, time out. You need to listen to the entire situation. Jalen Brunson was supposed to make $116 million more, right?
Are you saying pre-Knicks?
And instead of making $116 million more than he did, he took a cut. What are you talking about? Jalen Brunson took a big cut.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying pre-Knicks.
I'm not saying pre-Knicks. I'm saying on the Knicks. Y'all talking about contract.
So you're talking about when he started averaging all those points.
You need to realize.
You're not talking about him when he was like a 17-point per game guy.
I'm not talking about him. I'm saying.
Hold on, let Don go.
Him and Luka cannot coexist on the court.
That's not true.
Hold on. That's not true. Hold on.
If you look at the number, okay, time out. Do the numbers tell you that shit is true? Do the numbers tell you that shit is true?
Listen, to be honest, bro, I don't necessarily agree with that statement.
How can they?
I don't necessarily
how
agree
can
with
they
that
coexist on the court?
Luka told you he enjoys playing with Reeves.
He has to say
Luka
that.
himself told you. So not only do you have the net rating numbers, there you go. You have Luka. You have Luka's testimony of saying he likes playing with Reeves, and you have Reeves saying he loves playing in LA.
Thank you. Like, bro, he has to say that.
That's a good question. That's a good question. But whenever a star is frustrated with a role player, what do? They talk about how they need to step up. They don't talk about them in a bad light. They say, you know what? I think he's better than this. I think he'll play better. That's not what Luka did. Luka said, I enjoy playing with Reeves, and I like playing with Reeves.
Okay, hold on.
He has to say that.
No, he does not have to say that. He does not have to say that. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. When have you seen a motherfucker like AD come out and say, I enjoy having? No. When have you come out and say?
So when Rob Pelinka came out in the S-View and said LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves are pillars, you really believe in your mind he really believes that Austin Reeves is a pillar?
Well, the nigga who won't trade him? Let me answer. You mean the nigga who will not trade Reeves, and I'm supposed to believe he doesn't think he's a pillar? You're telling that me that
just traded Anthony Marshall Davis. Are you?
Listen, I'm trying to get these videos out quick, like I'm on deadline, but it's a 5-hour live. I want this to be known. They know their arguments are disingenuous, especially about this bullshit that Rob's oh, do you really think Rob thinks Reeves is a pillar? Rob wouldn't trade Austin Reeves for fucking Kyrie Irving. Yes, I think that. And on this other point of, oh, well, he traded AD for Luka fucking Doncic, the guy who averaged 34, 9 in a season, and Anthony Davis, who really hasn't been able to actually play consistently under Darvin Ham. That's a no fucking brainer. You would even admit, like the guy that said, oh, he traded AD, he would admit that trade was a steal for the Lakers. And he would still come up with that dumbass, disingenuous argument to try to say, oh, well, he still doesn't think Reeves is a pillar because he traded him any day. For the right fucking trade. You gotta put up big bucks for the guys on the Lakers that Rob actually values. And Reeves is one of those guys.
Serious?
For Luka Doncic.
So you mean to
He
tell
said
me,
AD
so you
is
mean to tell me
untradeable,
AR is
dude.
more
Yo,
untouchable
Gerald,
than
I
Austin
can't stop
Reeves?
laughing.
For
I
Luka
mean,
Doncic. What are we talking about? That's
Mark,
This
Luka
is
finally
Doncic.
said
this
that
is an
Anthony Davis is
Austin Reeves
untradeable.
stand.
For Luka
Wait, I
Doncic,
can't
do
hear.
you
What
not
are you
hear this?
saying?
For Luka Doncic. He traded him
So
for
you
Luka
mean to tell
Doncic.
me
No,
Austin
yeah,
Reeves
you're
is
doing
more
that trade.
untouchable
You
than
could.
Anthony
But what
Davis,
I'm
bro?
saying
Yes,
is
you're
that
doing
the
that
nigga
trade.
lied because he said Anthony
Wow.
Davis is also
Wow.
untouchable.
Wow.
That's
Hello.
Okay,
dumb.
Gerald.
Okay.
Gerald.
And if we get an
Hello.
amazing trade
Like,
like
are we
that for
serious?
Reeves,
He just
you
said
go
out of
for
his
Hey.
own
Hey,
mouth
we
AD
get a
is
one
untouchable,
ring.
but Austin
Hey.
Reeves
Hey.
isn't. What sense do that make?
Hey.
I'm
There's nothing to be disrespectful about.
Amen.
That's simple.
You
That's
you
simple,
can leave.
logical. It's not that hard
This
to be
is a
So,
respectful.
space.
anyways, here's the thing. Can I say something really quick? So, like, the whole thing with Reeves, and this is kind of where I disagreed with, like, yeah, like Reeves and Luca coexisting, whatever. My issue is more about like, and I've always said this is like Luca's off minutes. Like that's always been my thing. Is everyone says he's a third option or a second option or whatever. Like Reeves and LeBron have not been that good together in those off ball minutes. Off Luca, Luca's off minutes, and we've seen them like just destroy leads, like just fucking like whether it's the Hornets in the regular season, like all these games, right? Like different types of games. And then in the playoffs, it happened game 1. It happened, I think, I want to say game 3 or 4, one of those 2 games. Like my issue is like, dude, I totally get, like, I get the argument for Reeves and Luka, like in the safety net with Reeves. Like I totally get how people can get there. But the fucking problem is if Luka's on the bench, like he hasn't, like especially in the playoffs and even in the fucking one prior, like Reeves played 40, I think he played like 39, 40 minutes a game this playoff series, guys. He took like 15 fucking shots and his free throw attempts went down, but he took 15 shots. He played 40 minutes a fucking game. And when you play 40 minutes a game, like the problem is like he bears a lot of responsibility.